Welcome class 10th students. In previous classes we had discussed about right hand thumb rule, and according to right hand thumb rule, if we hold the current carrying wire by right hand such that our thumb represents the direction of current, then curl of finger will represents the direction of magnetic line of force, and we attempt three questions. Magnetic field due to long straight wire, B is equal to mu naught I upon 2 pi r, first answer. Second, magnetic field due to circular coil, and formula was B is equal to mu naught I upon 2r. And third was magnetic field due to solenoid, and solenoid formula was B is equal to mu naught Ni. This is the summary of previous lecture. Once again, magnetic field due to long straight wire, magnetic field due to circular coil, and magnetic field due to solenoid, and there is a comparison between bar magnet and solenoid, some similarities and some dissimilarities. All things are taught. Okay, so this is all about your right hand thumb rule. It's okay. Now today's our lecture is Fleming left hand rule. This is very important question for next topic. Fleming left hand rule. There are many rules for different devices, so we have to handle carefully for which cases you have to apply which rule. So this is a big matter for you, because till now only one rule was there, that is called right hand thumb rule. But after right hand thumb rule, we are going to discuss about Fleming left hand rule. So see there, Fleming left hand. This is Fleming left hand. If we, so see the statement, if we stretch our left hand such that, see there how we are stretching our left hand, two fingers are folded here. If we stretch our left hand such that thumb, forefinger or first finger and this is the middle finger are perpendicular on each other, this should be the condition. Once again, if we stretch our left hand such that thumb, forefinger and middle finger are perpendicular on each other, then if forefinger represents the direction of magnetic field, very important. Forefinger direction of magnetic field, middle finger direction of current, then thumb will represent the direction of force. This is also called motor rule. You better know, motor is the device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Once again, this is the direction of magnetic field, this is the direction of current, then result, it means thumb will represent the resultant direction of force. It means if any charge particle have a current I kept in magnetic field, then it will experience the force by Fleming left hand rule. Okay, so see the point. This is Fleming left hand rule as like this. Okay, this is the direction of magnetic field B, this is the direction of current I or velocity of electron V. You can assume I or V, what you want you can take. Then its thumb will represents the direction of force. It is the result, and you better know when it will be result. If B there, I there, then you only will get F. If no current drawn through any wire, then force will be 0. Okay, once again, if we stretch our left hand such that thumb, forefinger, middle finger are perpendicular on each other, then if forefinger represents the direction of magnetic field, middle finger direction of current, then thumb will represents the direction of force. Very important, direction of force. And this is also called motor rule. It is known as Fleming left hand rule, or it is also called motor rule, because in motor we have to use the find out the direction of force by Fleming left hand rule. Okay, so this is all about your Fleming left hand rule. So many times that is statement asked, you can trace the diagram as well as, so you have to start from here. First, don't write first F, because F is the result and you better know result you have to write at last. If this is magnetic field, this is current, then the combination of B and I, you will get resultant to what? Force. Are you getting? So this is all about your Fleming left hand rule. Now one application of Fleming left hand rule. So first see the question. If suppose you are sitting in a chamber, listen the question carefully. Suppose you are sitting in a chamber This is the chamber, and this is the back wall, and this is the front wall. You are sitting as like me, okay? As like this is back wall and this is the front wall. You are sitting in a chamber. We are sitting in the chamber, and a beam of electron enters from back wall to front wall, gets deflected towards right side. Very, very, very important question. How we apply the Fleming left hand rule to find out the direction of magnetic field? Once again, a beam of electron, I am just sitting as like this, a beam of electron enters from back wall to front wall, gets deflected towards, this is my right side, gets deflected towards right side. I asked, find the direction of magnetic field. Question is very clear. It deflected, it means this will be the direction of force. This is the beam of electron entering from back wall to front wall, and I have asked, find the direction of magnetic field by using Fleming left hand rule. Okay, so what will be the direction of magnetic field? It could be inward, you better know, or it could be outward. Okay, so now see there, electron is moving that side, so you better know current flow in opposite direction of electron. So this will be the direction of current. Very easy point. This is the direction of current. If proton is moving that side, so the direction of proton will in the direction of current, no doubt. But here electron is moving that direction, so current will move in opposite direction. So this is the direction of current. Our aim is as like this. This is F, this is B, and this is what I. Okay, so I is clear, F is clear. We have to find out the direction of magnetic field. So we apply as like this. See there. See my hand. This is the direction of current. See there, direction of current is that side. This is the direction of current, and this is the direction of force. Direction of force is downward. So my finger is into the board. See there, into the board. It means its direction will be inward. Very, very easy point and very, very important point. Once again, a beam of electron moving from front wall to back wall to front wall, and beam of electron gets deflected towards right side. No doubt it gets deflected towards right side if and only if force experienced by it. So the force is here, very clear, and the electron is moving that side, so current will move opposite direction. So I have applied our Fleming left hand rule. So this is the direction of current. You don't put as like this, because this is the direction of current, but our current is that side. So this is the direction of current, and force is downward. So you can see this is the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of magnetic field. So direction of magnetic field B will be crossed inward into the board. Okay. Let's suppose in same question I ask this. The beam of electron deflected towards left side. So what will be the answer? You can see your answer. It is not inward, it is outward. This is the direction of current. This is the direction of current. This is the direction of force. So it will be outward. So you can do many questions according to this one. So this is all about your Fleming left hand rule and numerical or conceptual question based on it. Once again, a beam of electron moving from back to front, current will draw in opposite direction. And this is the direction of force. This is the direction of current. You have to set your hand according to need. So this is the direction of magnetic field. You can see there. This is the direction of magnetic field, and your magnetic field. This finger is pointing into the board. It means it will be cross. Okay. So this is all about your Fleming left hand rule and its application. Okay. Our next question is force on current carrying conductor. Force on current carrying conductor. So let us suppose this is the stand for you. Okay, and any magnetic field or horseshoe magnet placed between it. This is north, this is south, and we hang a current carrying conductor. A current carrying conductor is hanged between it. This is the current carrying conductor, and it is hanged. This is positive and negative. It is hanged with stand. This it is hanged with stand. You can apply the key positive and negative. Okay, see the diagram. This is the stand, and a current carrying conductor of length. This conductor length is what? L. Suspended between field. You better know force on current carrying conductor, and you need two things: magnetic field as well as what? Current. So this is the direction of current from positive to negative. Positive to negative. So this is the direction of current, and the length of conductor is L. And magnetic field, you better know from north to south, this is the direction of magnetic field B. Are you getting the point? A L-length conductor suspended between horseshoe magnet of magnetic field B, through which flowing current is I, as like given. So you have applied Fleming left hand rule. This is the direction of current. This is the direction of magnetic field. You see there. This is the direction of magnetic field. Direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of current. So that will be direction of force. So this is the direction of force. Force will act outside. So force will depend on three or four factors. F is proportional to I. This is very important formula. F is proportional to I. If current increases, no doubt, every conductor maintain the number of electrons. When electric source applied, electron become in motion, and moving electron behave as a magnet. Moving electron behave as a magnet, and since it is already suspended between magnetic field, so there are two magnets. One is created by you, another is established by you. So no doubt one magnet to another magnet, it will attract or it will repels by Fleming left hand rule. This is the conclusion for this one. Okay, so F proportional to I, F proportional to B, B for magnetic field, acting force on current carrying conductor. Third, F is proportional to L, and fourth, F is proportional to sine theta. So four factors are there. I there, current, B for magnetic field, L for length, and theta for the angle between them. So if we combine them, we will get F is equal to IBL sine theta. Very, very important point. How much force will acted on current carrying conductor? F is equal to IBL sine theta. If theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0, sine 0 is 0, so acting force F is equal to 0. Second case, if theta is equal to 90, you better know sine 90 is equal to 1, so F is equal to sine 91, so you will get IBL, and this force will be maximum. Many times question asked, when force will be maximum? When theta is equal to 90, and you better know in Fleming left hand rule, if they are perpendicular on each other, it means if they are maintaining angle 90, sine 91, and you will get F is equal to IBL, and this is the maximum force. So this is all about your force on current carrying conductor and proper use of Fleming left hand rule. Okay, that's all for today.